Good afternoon. No, it's good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Today is Sunday, May 25th, 2025. Back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And as y'all can see, I'm late getting started with my first video. And as I told y'all, normally if that happened like that, I had something going on earlier, the way I couldn't, I was busy. And to the people that reached out and checked on me, make sure all right, because you haven't seen me today, I appreciate that. But I'm good, I'm all right. I had some stuff I had to go. First, I slept late, because I stayed up late. So I slept late. Then when I woke up, I had to go do a DOT inspection on my truck. Not the one in the shop, but the one I drive every day. You have to do inspections by law to make sure everything is up to par as far as safety-wise. So my inspection was due before I go back to work. So I went and got that out the way today, so I won't have to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow being a holiday, and I don't want to be bothered with a truck on a holiday. So I did it today. Got the inspection out the way, the truck passed. Everything's safe on my truck, which I know. I keep it up. So that's what I've been doing today. That's why I'm just getting started on this video. And this topic is based on a question I was asked on live, but I didn't get to answer it because I got distracted, sidetracked, but it's a good question. So I want to go and answer it now, because there's a lot of people that I'm quite sure can benefit from that question, considering that a lot of people are dealing with some hard times right now. And a lot of the people that are dealing with hard times probably have never dealt with times like this ever in their life. Believe it or not, there are some people right now that are struggling that probably have had hard times before. But like right now, it's different. It's different now. Because now, not only are you having people that's struggling, you also got this social media stuff that makes your situation look worse than what it is. Because as you struggling, you somewhere watching Facebook or YouTube, and you seeing people look like they balling. You seeing people looking like everybody else doing good but you. So that make you feel even worse about your situation. Right? I think I need to repeat that. There's people that's struggling now that has never struggled before like this. Or there's people that have struggled once upon a time that's struggling now, but it's a different time now, because you might find yourself struggling, but 30 years ago when I might have been struggling, there was no social media. So even though I was struggling at the time, I didn't have to look at an illusion that made me feel worse about my situation. I didn't have to look at the fake world that y'all have access to now. If you're struggling, you can look at people that's looking like they doing way better than you, and they might be doing worse than you. But on here, their marriage is perfect, relationships perfect, kids perfect, finances, taking trips to Qatar and whatever they feel like it. You see women, every time you look around, they're on a trip somewhere. And you wonder, like, where they work at? They don't. It's an old man behind the scene that you don't see, some 80-year-old man who's sponsoring those trips for them women. See, y'all don't see all that part. See, this thing don't let you see it. They don't show you everything. So if you don't know no better, you'll be looking at this stuff, comparing your life to theirs, thinking you effed up when not knowing, you don't know what them folk doing. They doing stuff you ain't willing to do. You'd rather just ride your situation out until it get better. So don't pay this no attention what you see on here. You ain't the only one struggling. I'm quite sure you know that by now. But now it seems like more people than ever are struggling all at the same time. And they don't have nowhere to look to see any hope. You either got millionaires or you got people that's on their ass. It seems like it ain't no in between no more. Even the people making $600,000 nowadays, it's like they just the middle class now. The people making $100,000 now, 85, 70, that's your middle class. 40,000 used to be middle class. Now 35 and 40, you in poverty, especially if you got a family. You poverty now. It takes 90 to 100,000 to be able to afford a nice home. I seen a statistic saying if you wasn't making at least $80,000, you can't afford a decent home. You can't afford, you ain't making enough, you know, the 3 months, however that much you gotta be making. You gotta be making 3 times the mortgage or whatever, and the mortgage might be $2,000 a month. So you need to be making at least $6,000 a month. Which is, what, $72,000, $75,000 a year minimum to afford a decent home nowadays. So the average person ain't making that. So the majority of people right now are struggling. And a lot of people don't know how. See, it's a method. It's a technique. Struggling and surviving is a skill that's not taught in school. They don't teach classes on it, on how to struggle. They're teaching you reading, writing, and arithmetic, what we should say in the old days. That's what they're teaching you in school. They're not teaching you how to run a business, how to start a business, be an entrepreneur. All school teach you how to do work for people. And nowadays, if you're depending on working for other people, your salary is stuck. You're struggling. So the question was, Big Ward, could you give us some tips on how to survive? What did you do to make it through struggling? What did I do? How did I survive? How did I make it through my toughest times that I always tell y'all about? And even now, even though a bunch of pocket watching beta males always claiming I'm not struggling like everybody else, cause you got 2 trucks, you know, they pocket watching, trying to add up my coins, how many views I'm getting, how much they pay for that views, and all, asking all them kind of questions. Pocket watch, you know, ain't nothing new. So it may not look like I'm struggling as bad as the rest of y'all. And the reason for that is because I know how to struggle. That's the only difference. I'm struggling too, but I've mastered the art of struggling. I've mastered the skill. Being able to struggle and still survive and get by is a skill. Knowing how to pay this person, but not pay that one. Knowing how to keep up when the past due date is on a bill and how much time you got after the past due date to pay it. That takes skill. I mastered all that. But the main thing I mastered, the main thing, as I look back on it now, when I didn't have anything, even though I'm struggling right now, I still have something to fall back on if I want to. Like right now, my cash is strapped. I told y'all that. Ain't no shame in my game, and you ain't gotta believe me. I don't give a damn. I really don't. Whether you believe me or not. But I got some stuff, if push come to shove, I can go sell and be right back on my feet. It's mine, paid for, in my name. I can go sell it and I'll be right back on my feet again, if I choose to. I don't want to do that. I want to ride this out because I got bigger plans for later on, to where I'm willing to struggle right now so that my plan for later will be greater. That's what I'm doing. I'm riding out the storm. That's what I'm telling y'all to do. Ride out the storm. I'm riding out my storm, you ride out yours. But what did I have when I didn't have anything that kept me going? I had to have something. Because if you ever find yourself in a situation where you feel like you ain't got nothing, not even what I'm going to tell you that I had, you guaranteed to check out of here. If you don't find yourself having at least what I said I had back then that kept me going, what I'm going to tell y'all. Y'all know I like to drag it out. What did I have when I didn't have anything? When I say I didn't have anything, I mean I didn't have anything. I didn't have a couple of days change of clothes. I ain't had that. You know, my home and my housing situation now, you know, and the lack thereof. No home, no car, no friends, no family, no money, no nothing. But I had something. And if y'all can't get with this, you wasted your time asking me this question. When I didn't have anything on the outside, I mean any material possession at all, I kept going. And the question, y'all asking me, how did you keep going through something like that, big boy? We don't believe you. We don't believe that people can come from where you say you came from to where you at now. We don't believe that. That's just for internet. You just saying that to get views. You just saying that. There's no way you came from what you say you came from and you end up where you at now. To the point where even when you're struggling now, you make it look good. So in order for you to be able to struggle now like the rest of us, but you don't look like you are, you got some experience in doing bad. And yes, I do. That's why y'all think I ain't struggling, because I'm sitting here chilling. You don't know what I got in my pocket. You don't know what I got on my plate. You don't know what kind of pressure I got on me. Even though I tell you, you don't believe it because I don't look like it. As the saying go, I don't look like what I've been through. Well, for me right now, I don't look like what I'm going through. But I'm going through it. But I just don't look like it because I know how to say it. So what did I have? Yes, Big Wall, would you please get to the point? Only when I want to. Look at them cuts. Anyway. When I didn't have anything, I had two things. Faith and hope. The one time in my life when I didn't have either one of those, that was the time I was telling you about, I was finna get out of here. That was the only time I was really finna do it. It wasn't cause of the other stuff I didn't have, the reason I was finna check out. The reason I was finna check out because I didn't have no faith and no hope. When I lost faith and hope, that's when I lost everything. Listen to me. No matter what you lose, no matter what you ain't got, as long as you got faith, keep your faith, keep your hope, and you'll never be without. But Big Ward ain't got them right now. If you got faith and you got hope, as in no matter what your current situation is, I believe in faith that A, it's gonna get better. Guaranteed. Faith is that I'm guaranteeing it's gonna get better. I believe, in my mind, I guarantee it's gonna get better. For me, I can't speak for you. Your faith gotta be a guarantee to you that your situation gonna get better. You gotta guarantee yourself, I'm homeless right now, but it's gonna get better. I don't need to know how or when. When I was homeless, I didn't know how. I didn't know when, but every day something came to me. An idea, a place to go, somewhere to go eat. Feel me? When I got to a point where you couldn't take my faith away from me, life and circumstance, couldn't take my faith, couldn't take my hope, If you don't lose those two things, you ain't lost nothing. Let that sink in for a minute. If you done lost everything in this world, but you ain't lost faith, and you ain't lost your hope, you ain't lost nothing. Because as long as you got faith and hope, all the other stuff you can get back. But you get rid of that faith and that hope, you ain't got, you done. It's over. And you'll find yourself like me, ready to do this. Not when all your material stuff is gone. That ain't enough to do it. You can lose material stuff and still carry on if you don't lose your faith and hope. So if you wonder why people that lose everything and they still hold on and don't give up and don't quit, because they still got their faith, they still got their hope. So if they got that, they ain't lost nothing. And that's why they don't check out. The people that check out of here, it ain't cause they ain't got nothing, materialistically. It's because they don't have any faith and they don't have any hope left. They allow their hope to be taken from them. They allow their faith to be taken from them. So if you want to know, Big Ward, how did you make it? That's how I made it. When I lost everything, I didn't lose my faith and I didn't lose my hope that my situation was going to get better, not knowing how. Like right now, I'm sitting up here. Man, look at that shit. You see that? I'm sitting up here right now with all kind of problems going on. Then top it all off, what I love to do, which is this YouTube thing. In order for me to be able to continue doing it, I gotta be willing and able to deal with suckers, trolls, haters. Cause if I don't, I ain't gonna be able to keep doing it. So in order for me to keep doing what I love, cause I love this. This ain't for no just views and money. I love this shit. Cause sometimes I don't get many views on my videos. I know I'm not gonna get many views on certain videos and I do it anyway. Cause I ain't doing it just for views. I'm doing what I love. This is my passion. If I do a topic, it's a passion. It's not for clicks and views. Like this video might not get many views, but I don't care because the people that gonna help. That's what I'm doing it for, and I get paid on the back end. God gonna reward me on the back end. I got faith, I got hope that what I'm doing gonna pay off later if it ain't paying off now. If I continue to do the right thing, that's what my faith and hope is. I want to sit up here loud like, I got problems too, ladies and gentlemen. I just don't look like it because my faith and my hope is strong. I seen it happen for me before, not knowing how I was gonna make it, and I made it. So I know if it didn't happen to me before, it'll happen to me again. Right now, not knowing how I'm gonna make it. I don't know how I'm gonna make it, but I'm not gonna let that make me believe that I'm not gonna make it because I don't know how I'm gonna make it. A lot of y'all done gave up because you don't know how you're gonna make it. I'm telling you, you can't depend on knowing how you're gonna make it. You gotta depend on just knowing you gonna make it. Don't worry about how, that ain't your business. Faith is knowing. That's evidence unseen, hope for. Y'all know, go look it up, what faith is. It's not knowing how, but just knowing it's gonna be done. You hold on to that, you'll never lose. Even when you're losing, you're winning. Get it, got it good. Bye.